Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome to the GovCon Millionaire Playbook by Dr. Ebony Grey. I am an AI strategist, Air Force veteran, and government contract expert. This podcast is where strategy meets execution. And if you've been watching other contract experts and you've been watching others build their businesses and create wealth through government contracting, but you're not sure where to start, this is your moment. Because today we're not talking theory, we're talking about how you move. Stop watching and start winning government contracts today. Thank you so much for joining me. I am super excited. This is my very first podcast episode. Please tell me your thoughts as far as what you want to learn, what experts you want me to invite to the platform, also what I can do better, because this is all about helping you to win those government contracts. Let me tell you why this matters. I've spent over 25 years in federal service, cybersecurity, leadership, and workforce strategy. I've worked inside the system. I understand how decisions are made, and I've helped thousands of entrepreneurs position themselves for opportunities they didn't even know existed. And here's what I've learned: the people who win in government contracting are not the smartest, they are the most connected. My motto in life is your network directly impacts your net worth. That is how you win these government contract opportunities. The people that win are the most prepared. They're the most strategic. They already know what contracts they're going to seek, who they need to connect with, what team they need to build in order to win these contracts. And most importantly, they know how to execute. Most people are stuck in what I call watch mode. You're watching YouTube videos, you're watching webinars, you're paying for hundreds of thousands of dollars of masterminds and courses and not watching those courses or completing those courses or executing. You're watching other people's success versus executing to accomplish your own success. You're collecting information, but you're not building anything. And the truth is, information without execution creates frustration. You don't need more information. You need a system, because government contracting is not random. It is structured, it is predictable, and it's accessible if you know how to move. Today, I am going to show you the framework to win these government contracts. We are going to focus on positioning. We're going to focus on systems and execution, and also helping you to shift your mindset. So let's get into it. Episode 1: Stop watching, start winning. So, first things first, positioning. The question that changes everything: why should they choose you? First things first, your NAICS codes. That is how the federal government identifies who you are and what you sell. Your NAICS codes accurately categorize your services so the right agencies know how to find you if you're able to support their very distinct needs in the federal government. Every agency has certain NAICS codes that they're focused on. It could be administrative management, it could be IT support, janitorial services. event planning, conference planning, marketing, workforce development, for employment training. Every agency has specific support that they need. So the first thing you have to do is understand what NAICS codes you need in order to do business with the government. You can easily use your AI tools. Go to ChatGPT, go to Perplexity, go to Copilot, and say, my business does AI and workforce development. Plus, we also focus on cybersecurity. What NAICS codes should my business have in order to provide services to the government? The AI tools will tell you the NAICS codes. You can also easily Google NAICS codes, go through the chart, look step by step, look at each NAICS code to see what is applicable to you. But if you want the simple way, use your AI tools. Just search what NAICS codes are applicable to my business. Also, your capability statement. That should be a polished one page, not two, not three, not five, a polished one page. Keep it short, simple, sweet, to the point. Allow it to communicate your differentiators instantly. It should include your overall picture, your business name, your website, your NAICS codes, your value proposition. What is it that you do better than your competitors? Your past performance. Who are your previous clients? Whether it's the federal government, which always holds weight if you're trying to get federal contracts, state past performance, city past performance, commercial past performance, business to business past performance, or if you don't have any of that, think about your resume. What organizations, what companies have you worked for that you have past performance for? You can also use that as past performance, as you have the knowledge, you have the skills, you have the abilities, you have the references to be able to quantify or provide that quantitative and qualitative data that you actually performed that work. You also want to include your contact information, your business email, not your personal email, your business email, and your phone number so people can get in contact with you. If you're not the business development director for your organization, you can always include the name and contact information for the person that you want people to reach out to. But it is important that you provide your contact information, also your website. So that way, the customer, whether it's the federal government, the state, the local, the county, or corporate customers, they know that you actually exist, that you are a real business, you are a legitimate business. If you are a business, you should have an official website. Also, for your past performance, most are not starting from zero. Think about your resume. Many people say, oh my goodness, I've never had a federal contract. I've never had a state or local contract. What do I put for past performance? You've worked for 20 years of your life. That is solid past performance. Your resume, your person, your experience, you can use that to justify past performance. Just make sure that you have references to validate that you actually did perform that work or services. Now let's talk about pillar 2, the systems. Build what scales. Create a repeatable process to identify qualified opportunities before the deadline closes. Where do you find these opportunities? First things first, I would start with acquisitions.gov. Acquisitions.gov. Go and look at the procurement forecast for the federal government. Of course, you want to look for the future. Anything that's past is not necessarily significant unless you're trying to do prior research. You want to look for everything that is forward. So if it is April 2026, you want to look for opportunities that are April 2026 and beyond. What's coming? What is the government planning to put out there as far as requests for proposals? That means opportunities for contracts. What is the government thinking about? So you can see sometimes a couple of quarters out. Right now, the government operates in quarters. October is the first quarter. So then from there, you have quarter one, quarter two, quarter three, quarter four. So that's how the government operates. So you want to look specifically, is it quarter one? Is it quarter two? Is it quarter three? Is it quarter four? And that's where you would focus as far as where you're looking for opportunities. So if you're in quarter one, you would be looking ahead for quarter two, three, four, etc. So right now, let's say you're looking at quarter three, quarter four, and then you're also looking for quarter one for 2027 for forecasted opportunities. That's how you play to win. Once you identify those forecasted opportunities on acquisitions.gov, you'll see every single federal agency from A to Z. You click on the specific agency that you're interested in, or if you have no idea what agency you're interested in, you can click on each of the agencies, right? Make sure that you're clicking on the procurement forecast, not just the agency, because on the left side is the agency information, the website. You know, it's a great thing to be able to explore, to see what the agency is about. You can look at the strategic plan. You can do research on the agency. On the right side is the procurement forecast. That's what you want to pay attention to for each agency. Within the procurement forecast, they have the projected procurement, which would be, it'll include the NAICS codes, because what services are you providing to the agency? It will include the description of the procurement, the projected procurement. So whatever services, it could be IT services, or we want to purchase 20 printers for this agency, or we need someone to develop drones for this agency, or we need janitorial services for this agency. So it'll give a great description of what's needed. Also, within the procurement forecast, you can find who the POCs are, what specific office that procurement forecast is going to come out of, what's the budget for that procurement opportunity. Many of you always say, well, how much? What's the budget? How much is the government spending? They put it on the procurement forecast so you can clearly see the budget or the projected budget for that procurement opportunity. You also have the contact information as far as the phone number, the email for that procurement official that is responsible for that procurement opportunity. So again, if you see something that is in quarter three or quarter four or the first quarter of 2027, you have more than enough time to send an email to that procurement official, to establish a relationship with that procurement official saying, I am Gray's Construction Group. I see that you have a procurement forecast for construction on XYZ building. I see that it's forecasted for quarter four of 2026. My organization has experience in construction and carpentry. Here's my capability statement. Here's what I can provide. Here's my contact information. I would love to sit with you one-on-one to discuss this future procurement opportunity. That is how simple you can make it. Keep it simple. And if you don't know what to say, because I just made that up from my head, you can always go to ChatGPT, Claude AI, Perplexity, Copilot, Gemini, and say, please help me create an email to contact this procurement official for this projected procurement forecast that I see for HHS or whatever government agency that you've identified. Guess what? Those AI tools will create the email for you, nice and official. Make sure you read through it. Make sure it's in your voice and it's saying exactly what you want to say. You can even help the AI tool upload your capabilities statement or give a little insight about what your business does and how your business does it. So that way the email can be succinct and targeted for what you're trying to say to that procurement official. But always request a one-on-one meeting. That is what they're there for. If they cannot meet with you, they may say, we'll put you on a distro list. We have an upcoming question and answer session. I'll keep you informed about this opportunity. But at a minimum, make sure that you reach out to those procurement officials. So that's the first part. Acquisition.gov, look at the procurement forecast, connect with the procurement officials. If you see something that you're interested in, request the one-on-one meeting, send the email, make sure you follow up, make sure that you're targeting that agency. So you put the search out so you know exactly when that procurement opportunity is coming out. And it says it on the acquisition forecast. It'll say it's coming out in October of 2026, etc. So you want to make sure that you're informed. Some other ways that you can connect and make sure you're up to speed is you can attend in-person events or virtual events for those distinct agencies. Every federal agency, they have ombudsmen, they have procurement officials, they have procurement events. Typically, they're out in these streets. They want you to do business with them. They're having meet and greets, they're having virtual events to tell you about what's forecasted in procurement, to connect with you, to get to know potential vendors that are going to provide the services. So that is one way to find those opportunities. The other way is good old sam.gov. So if you want to do procurement with the federal government, you need to be logged into sam.gov, register for sam.gov, go through step by step. You log in to sam.gov, you can look at the checklist to go step by step on how you can properly register, or just click on get started and then go through step by step on what the system tells you to do in order to get started. For sam.gov, you will be assigned a UEI, which is your unique entity identifier, plus your cage number. Typically, you're assigned your UEI first, then you wait. Once you get your UEI, it'll say now you need to register for your cage number. You register for your cage number. Some distinct things about that cage number is you do need to make sure that you have a physical address. The virtual addresses are just not accepted by the federal government. You need to have a physical address, a physical office. If you do not have a physical office, you will be required to use your home address, as typically, if you're working virtual, your home address is your actual office. If it's someplace else, you need to be able to justify that and provide proof that you're doing business in a physical location. Now, if your business is registered to a virtual office, let's say the IRS has your virtual address and has accepted that, the way that you would justify your home address, typically it should be connected to your business bank account, or you can always ask them what they'll accept in order to validate your address, or you can always rent a brick and mortar physical address. And no matter where you rent, whether it's spaces or a commercial building or commercial office, you need to make sure that you have that certificate of occupancy, and again, that you can quantify that that is your physical business address. So that's one of the biggest ways that people get rejected for the cage number, is they cannot provide a physical address. Don't be one of those people. Don't get frustrated. Just know you need to provide a physical address for your cage number to be properly registered in sam.gov. sam.gov allows you to look at awarded contracts, so you can look at historical data for contracts. It allows you to look at requests for proposals, or those contracts being sought, right? It allows you to look for sources sought, meaning the government is looking for vendors that can provide the specific services that they need. Going back to the procurement forecast, sam.gov also allows you to look for RFIs, requests for information. That means that the government is doing research. They're looking to see who can provide an answer, who can provide a solution to specific pain points that they have. And you can look for historical data as far as if you want to see the awarded contracts, you can look and see when they were awarded. That's another way that you can do analysis where you can say, okay, is this contract about to expire? If it is about to expire, now you can say, well, the government still needs that service. So let me look at this particular contract that's about to expire. And guess what? I'm going to put it on my watch list. So when the government is seeking sources or seeking vendors to potentially fill this opportunity once it expires, I'm ready, I'm motivated. It's okay for you to reach out to the prior awarded vendor. Maybe they're tired. Maybe they've moved on, or sometimes they outgrow contracts. For example, if they were an 8A contractor and maybe their business has outgrown the 8A program, right? They're making all sorts of money, or their years have expired. They may be looking for another 8A partner so they can continue and be a sub to that opportunity. So always think ahead. You can contact vendors that have been awarded. You can connect with them. You can have a conversation. You can even contact the government and say, can we talk about this particular awarded contract opportunity that's about to expire? And do you have any pain points, right? What are you looking for? How can we better serve if we were awarded this opportunity? You could even do a request for information where you ask the government, say for instance, you were not awarded a contract. You can ask for a debrief and the government will provide the debrief for that particular contract. Or you can always look to see who was awarded and you can ask for, do a FOIA request, right? FOIA request. And you can say who was awarded. So you can kind of see who your competitor was, maybe why they were awarded. The government can and will provide that information. Now, some information is proprietary information or not to be released, so they may black it out, but you can always put in a request. Go for it. Ask. So that way you know how you can position yourself to win in the very near future. Also, you can go to USA Spending, and usaspending.gov provides you information on what the government is spending. So what money the government has spent on specific contracts. You can even see, maybe if you have competitors, you can look and see what other contracts they may have been awarded. So you can compare and contrast, especially for your business plan. You can see, oh, my competitor made 2.5 million in 2026. That's a good business plan for me or strategy to go for 2.5 million. And here's how, by pursuing contracts at XYZ agencies. Also, the reason I would use USA Spending or look at awarded contracts is to see what types of customers my competitors may have that have awarded them contracts, so I can better position my business to potentially pursue those customers or even partner with some of my competitors. Because in the contract world, sometimes you could have one of the largest businesses like the Lidos, the Deloittes, the Paratons, but you still need partners. Many times the larger companies are required to have subs that's in the contract agreement. So you're sitting there counting yourself out. Oh my gosh, Lido's already won, Booz Allen already won. But what if they have a subcontract agreement where they have to have 20% of subcontractors and you're missing out because you haven't reached out and built a connection with them or even done your research to see who's in your space pursuing those similar contracts. Also, for the large companies, they can be another method for you to source. You can always go to their websites and they have partner opportunities or partner requests. You can sign up to be one of their partners or sign up to meet with them, request a meeting so you can talk about opportunities, ways you can partner, ways you can team. Don't just look at the big businesses though, look at other small businesses because you all need help. So you can look and source from other small businesses. You can go to the DSBS, which is the dynamic small business search site from the SBA and DSBS, what they do is they provide all the vendor information. If your information is in sam.gov, you are in DSBS. If you're not in DSBS, you need to put in a help desk request to make sure you're there. But it has all the certified small businesses, all the registered small businesses, and it's SBA official. And that's a way that you can find other small businesses that maybe have similar NAICS codes that could provide support, that have various certifications that maybe you don't have that you could potentially partner with. So those are great ways to source. Now, another way that I source, I like to cast a wide net. I use a site called Instant Markets, and that's markets with a S at the end. So Instant Markets. And instantmarkets.com, it pretty much sources from every place. So federal government, the states, even some foreign countries like Canada. The last time I checked, there was a lot of Canadian contracts in Instant Markets. I put in what I want to search for, let's say artificial intelligence, and it allows me to see all of the artificial intelligence or whatever service that you want to provide contracts all throughout the United States and some of the world. So what does that do for me? It helps me to see what opportunities are out there. Then I can click on it. I can go to the official site and then put that in my sourcing list to either look at right now to see if it's a go, no go. Should I pursue that opportunity? Or I can also understand what procurement sites I should register for. So when I go to the official site, now I see, oh, I need to register for Bonfire. I need to register for my local procurement site. So that's another place to source is your local procurement sites. You have the federal, which is sam.gov, which we talked about in detail. You have instant markets, which cast the wide net. But then if you are sourcing locally, that would be your state procurement website. So Maryland's procurement website, which is called Emma, or it could be your county's procurement website. Let's say Montgomery County procurement website, or Baltimore City procurement website, or Baltimore County's procurement website, or Prince George's County's procurement website. And also sometimes you will have city procurement websites. So Baltimore is kind of unique, right? Because Baltimore City is just on an island by itself. You have Baltimore City and you have Baltimore County. Then you have places like Prince George's County, and let's say a city that probably has its own procurement website will be Laurel. So you can look for Laurel's procurement website. Or in Montgomery County, you can look for Rockville procurement website. Those specific cities may have their own procurement opportunities. And oftentimes, when you think about sourcing locally, Montgomery County is a perfect example. They may have preference for local small businesses in Montgomery County, or they may have preferences for local small businesses in Rockville. Virginia is another great place to source. Virginia has their own procurement website. So you go Virginia procurement website, you would search for that. They have their own certifications, SWAM, so Small Business Women and Minority Certification. They also have procurement websites for Fairfax County and Fairfax City. So you want to make sure that you have all those procurement websites that you know you can source from to find opportunities. And they definitely have a preference for local small businesses, not just small businesses. They also have opportunities for micro businesses. You want to make sure that you know about all those opportunities, that you're registered properly for each of these procurement websites, and that you attend their procurement events so you can learn all of this information, not just from me, but directly from the source. So when you register typically for these procurement websites, you can click on the menu, look for events, you can look for procurement opportunities, you can look for training opportunities, but all of it is out there, and all of everything that I'm telling you is free information. You just have to show up, know where to look, do your due diligence. Now, That's a lot, right? Oh my gosh, what sites am I supposed to source from? This is too much, Ebony. No problem. You can always go to ChatGPT, Claude AI, Perplexity, Gemini, or your preferred AI tool and say, I am a small business. I'm currently focused on artificial intelligence and workforce development. Please help me to develop a procurement strategy so that I can source and so that I can properly register for all the websites in my area of, I'll use Rockville, Maryland today, my area of Rockville, Maryland. That's it. So then you do that simple prompt, and you can always say, improve this prompt, right? No matter how perfect the prompt is, always say, improve this prompt. But then your AI tool is going to say, well, wait a minute, I'm improving the prompt, and the prompt may include procurement websites. It may include certifications that you're required to register for. It may say, okay, you want to source. How about we source for 10 opportunities a day that are not expired, that are due within the next 30 days? So those type of things come out when you ask your AI site to provide you with a revised prompt to help you to figure all this chaos out to simplify government contracting for you. Now, the most important thing too is when you're sourcing, you want to make sure that you look at the deadlines. You want to make sure that you allow yourself enough time to be able to put together a team, because we are stronger together. If you do not have everything in place in order to successfully win that request for proposal or that request for quote. Request for quote means I'm looking for a price. Request for proposal means I'm looking for the whole kabang, right? I'm looking for you to put together the proposal, the technical proposal, the timeline, all the things. Whereas request for quote most times is just, how much are you going to charge me to put this conference together? $100,000, perfect. I want you because you're the lowest bidder, right? You're the lowest vendor as far as pricing, but never underprice yourselves. You always want to understand what is your cost, what's your hourly rates, what would it cost for you to execute and actually put that particular event together if you were planning a conference. You don't want to underbid and then you're sitting there paying money out of your pocket. So request for quote, just make sure you understand how much the government really needs to pay you and that you're not just trying to do the lowest bid just to win, but you're actually bidding smart and you understand the landscape because you've done your research and you're actually putting forth a price to the government so that you can successfully execute. Request for proposal, you're putting together the whole kabang. Who's on your team? Who has the technical expertise? What's that past performance? So you're putting it all together. And again, always read the proposal, right? Read the request, read it line by line so you understand exactly what the government is asking you for so you don't miss out. It could be something as simple as Times New Roman 11 point. You better make sure that you put that proposal together in Times New Roman 11 point, double spaced, whatever the government asks you for. So you do need to read the proposal, but most importantly, make sure that you comply with the deadline. If it says it's due by 12 p.m. on February 20th or April 20th, guess what? You need to submit by 11:59 April 20th. And if it were me, I would always at least try to submit a day before so that way you avoid any type of issues or chaos prior to submission. Your computer goes down, their system is down. You don't want to be stressed. Give yourself at least a day before to properly submit your proposal prior to the deadline, because there's no excuse. You can be automatically excluded if you miss the deadline. You do want to have structured systems in place to monitor bids and deadlines and the pipeline status in real time. What does that mean? You can easily create a CRM, customer relationship management system using AI tools. I love AI tools. It just simplifies our whole life. You can use a tool like Claude. You can say, Claude, create a CRM for me to monitor 10 bids a day, make sure that the deadline is at least 2 weeks out, and create a pipeline status in real time. Now you can ask Claude to revise that prompt. The revision may be based on my business, my location. I need for you to source 10 bids a day. Make sure that you outline the deadlines and the pipeline status and identify if this is a go or no go for me every day. And I want you to send this to my inbox each day in CRM format, right? In an Excel spreadsheet. So that way I can properly source and monitor bids daily. Again, that's just how simple it can be using your AI tool to simplify your government contracting life. Now, Claude actually does not have the capability to send daily to your inbox. ChatGPT does. So you can ask ChatGPT, schedule this daily for me. But make sure you pay attention to your AI tool. Ask the question if they're able to send you a daily report. Maybe you don't want a daily, maybe it's weekly, but that way you can have a structured system in place, incorporating AI in your inbox. And the go, no go, that means should your business go after this opportunity or should you leave it alone? That is a game changer. Are you eligible or not? If it's a no go, put it to the side, keep it moving. Unless this is a great opportunity that you want to pursue, then you have to think about how you're going to formulate a team to successfully win. Also, communication, right? That disciplined structure to produce compliant, competitive proposals consistently. When you respond by the deadline. If you are reaching out to a team or procurement officials, make sure you're monitoring your email. Make sure that you are responsive. Make sure that you show up. How would you want a teammate or potential partner to show up for you? You should show up that same way. Make sure you're showing up at these procurement events, the Q&As. Typically when they put out requests for proposals, they'll have a Q&A or an info session. You want to make sure that you show up and that you're responsive to any information regarding the proposal. And if once you submit the proposal, you definitely want to make sure that you respond to any requests for information or updates or any inquiries that the procurement official may have. That is so important. Set up a system. If you're not able to, because you're so busy, maybe you need to rethink your whole business operations or have an executive assistant or a business development person that can assist you with that. Now, pillar 3, execution, progress over perfection. Many of you have been in government contracting for 10 years and have not submitted a proposal, been scared, hesitant, haven't got your business together. Why? Execute. If you see a proposal, put that proposal together. If you see a request for a proposal that you know you can win, submit. Hit the submit button. If you know you can't win, use your AI tools. What team do I need? What resources do I need? What do I need in order to win this proposal? Put it together, execute. If you're maybe struggling writing, oh my goodness, I don't know how to write a proposal. I can give you a little inside scoop. Go on to Fiverr, find you a proposal writer. Do proposal writer, just put proposal writer in the search. Find you one that has excellent reviews. I typically would go for a person that has 100 reviews or more. Great proposal writer, help me to win, XYZ. Go on and pay that person the money. Typically, it might be $50, might be $100, might be $200, whatever it is, you're going to pay to play. Execute, hire that person to put the proposal together for you, and it's done. If they have past performance, you can see their reviews clearly. Why are you sitting there stuck talking about you can't put the proposal together? You don't have to. Hire somebody from Fiverr, Upwork, go on LinkedIn, look up proposal writers. Now they're probably going to charge you 500, 1,000, 1,500. I'm trying to tell you ways to save money, but execute. Stop sitting on the sidelines and actually play to win. So I want all of you to commit. You could type in the comments right now that you're going to execute, that you are going to submit that proposal today, and stop sitting on the sidelines and watching everybody else win because you're scared or you don't think you have the capabilities to write a proposal. Hire someone. Fiverr, $50, $100. Aren't you worth it? Get it done. You do not need to be perfect. You just need that momentum to actually execute and get it done. Now, your mindset. Let's work on mindset shift. You cannot think like a beginner and win like a millionaire. If you're an employee, you're constantly used to people telling you what to do, how to do it, when to do it. Once you own a business, you are the CEO, you're the boss. Why are you waiting for somebody to tell you when to do something? You are more than capable, you're more than equipped, you're the boss. Let's get it done, let's execute. Also, don't be reactive, be strategic. If you're in this government contracting game, I want you to go ahead, put the prompt in ChatGPT. Now, ChatGPT is my favorite AI tool. I love ChatGPT. I also love the structure of Claude. Claude typically will give me that structured, clear response. ChatGPT knows me inside out, knows exactly what I'm going to say, what I need to hear, and can help me with strategy. So if you're thinking about a government contract strategy, just go to ChatGPT. Help me to plan a government contracting strategy to win my first contract by December 2026. Ask me questions to help put this strategy together. That's how simple you can make it. Develop a strategic plan for 2026 so that I can win $2.5 million in government contracts by December 31st, 2026. Boom. That's the prompt. If you want to be fancy, say, ChatGPT, revise this prompt to make it better. Now, how do you go from waiting to moving? Actually execute. I've given you multiple sources to find government contracts. Stop waiting. Look and see if there's a contract opportunity out there for you and get to moving and execute. Now, instant markets, that is the one. If you don't know what to do today, go to instant markets, put in the service that you offer, look and see what contract opportunities are out there and just start looking. If you want to use your AI tool, go to ChatGPT. Give me 10 contract opportunities I can pursue today based on my business, based on my location, based on my skill set that aren't expired. And then conduct a go, no-go analysis and tell me what's the number one contract that I should pursue today. That's it. That's how easy you can make it for yourself. So get to moving. Stop being stuck. This is all about executing. Now let's talk about your next play. 4 actions you can take today. First things first, I want everybody go to my comments on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on YouTube at Dr. Ebony A. Grey. That's where you can find me. Dr. Ebony A. Grey, Grey, not the A, Grey, Dr. Ebony A. Grey. You can find me on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn. LinkedIn, I keep it simple. I'm just Ebony Grey, Ebony, and my last name is Grey, Grey. Go on my profiles. They are public. I want you to comment. 4 actions you are going to take today. First things first, get registered. Go on to sam.gov. Get your UEI number. Get your cage number. Register. That's non-negotiable. If you're into government contracting, you should be registered for sam.gov. I want you to take it an extra step. Get that DUNS number. No, it's not a requirement anymore for sam.gov, but your DUNS number is great for business if you're trying to do that business credit. And honestly, some contracts still are going to ask you for your DUNS number because they want to see what you're doing with your money. Go on and get your DUNS number too. So go to the DUNS website, DUNS, get you a DUNS number, go to sam.gov, get you your UEI, and get your cage code and make sure you're registered properly. Number two, you're going to define your services. Write down exactly what you offer. Use ChatGPT. ChatGPT, help me to define the services that I offer today. I'm focused on AI and workforce development, but let's outline the exact services that I offer as Dr. Ebony Grey, CEO of Grace Consulting Group, and give me clarity on what's my first competitive advantage. I want you to do that today for yourself. Then I want you to identify 3 opportunities today. Go to ChatGPT. Help me identify at least 3 contract opportunities I can bid on today. Conduct a go, no go analysis based on my business, my location, and the services I provide. 3 opportunities. And then I want you to take action. Figure out who those procurement officials are. What's the deadline for those 3 opportunities you identified? Do you need to put together a team? If you need to put together a team, identify exactly who you need to partner with. Send those emails. If you have questions, send an email to the procurement official. Can you clarify this for me? Or when is your Q&A session? If you don't have a capability statement, I want you to put that together today. Go on and Google capability statements. Go to Fiverr. Just type in capability statement. Get somebody to create it for you for $5, $10 in 24 hours today. Ask ChatGPT, help me to outline every single thing that should be in my capability statement. If you don't want to pay the $5, I understand. Use Claude. Claude, based on this information about my business, develop a comprehensive capability statement for me. Go to Canva. You can look up capability statements. They actually have templates for capability statements. Type your information in Canva. Create a nice, artsy, comprehensive capability statement. When you Google, you can see examples of capability statements, but I want you to put together your capability statement today. That is your marketing tool. That is the way that you sell your business. It should be on your website. It should be on your LinkedIn profile under files or resources. So that way, like highlighted at the top of your LinkedIn profile. So everybody sees your capability statement and what you do. I want you to break this cycle of being stuck and actually get to moving and take action. Now, how can you work with me if you love what I'm talking about today? This is my very first podcast. I am so excited. First things first, comment on all my social media channels. What is it that you want me to talk about? What questions do you have for me? How can I support you? If you loved it, let me know that you love the content from today. I am going to keep showing up for you. I want you to execute and succeed. If you need a little support or a push, you can join the AI GovCon Implementation Lab. Our lab is going to help you build your GovCon strategy, identify real active opportunities, position your business for awards, and move from interest to action. It is all about execution, and we're going to help you do this within 30 days. You can sign up for the AI GovCon Implementation Lab today at govcon-accelerate-hub.lovable.app. I will also post the link on all social media channels. You can find me at Dr. Ebony A. Grey, and that's Grey. Again, that's Dr. Ebony A. Grey, DrEbonyGrey. You can find me in all social media channels under Dr. Ebony A. Grey, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. I am here for you. On LinkedIn, I keep it simple. I'm just Ebony Grey. but you can find me all over. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for connecting. Thank you for your continued support. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. And we are all about execution. So I will leave you with this. Opportunities are already out there. The difference is who is prepared to take them. Stop watching, start winning. I'll see you in the next episode. And if this episode helped you, share it with someone who needs to hear this, and make sure you subscribe because we're just getting started. Thank you. I am Dr. Ebony Grey, and I'm so appreciative of you spending your time with me today.